wake up, people wanna know who we are, so we tell them, I am the mother, mighty, mighty mother, that is my daughter. I am the mother. Jazz hands. Always at the doctor's office. Are you the mom or the sister? The mother. I'm so excited. And I just want to let you guys know what's happening because you can do it too. I'm nobody special. Yes, I've tapped into my divinity, but I'm nobody special. And I came to this earth to teach you how to do it. So if you're observing me, you see it and you're like, man, I wish I could. Get out of the headspace of I wish and do it. Because if you see me and you see something in me that you desire for yourself, then clearly that's what I'm displaying to you. Get on your Me Too energy. Know who the fuck you are. And do whatever it is you came to this earth to do. The last piece I want to add is you may have to refine it. But the crazy thing is everything that I've done throughout my life is what I'm doing now. Everything. Now it just has a vehicle. You may have played around with it. You may even just be doing something because everybody else, well, so-and-so has success with it, so I'm going to have success with it too. Yeah. So you may not be on, look at Bailey, that's no time. But from my angle it says now time.
Now's time.
The time is now.
I think it's time for a reading.
I know y'all can't really see it, but it says now time. The time is now, y'all. The time is now. So if you're chasing somebody else's dream, stop chasing it. It's okay. Let your pride go to the side and understand that you've been chasing someone else's dream, but the fact that you're chasing a dream means you're a dream chaser. So you just have to refine and figure out what's for you, and that's all in intuition, right? What's for you is for you to discern, but you got to get into the spirit of discernment, which isn't handed out easily. I was talking to a friend earlier today about the video I posted about prison mentality and how us culturally are bred to be in a space of where we are ready to pop off at a second's notice. When I was talking to her, I was just like, well, that's just the culture. And then it got me thinking about the word culture. Why is it just the culture? What I know to be true is if they put a nice little phrase on something, we will overlook how damaging and detrimental it is to us. You go to different places throughout the United States, and we have culturally accepted hoods as a cultural norm within our community. We have accepted self-destructive behaviors as our cultural norm. People literally escape the hoods that are highly populated with our people. We escaping each other? Like, that's where they got us at? Nah, boo, that's where we got us at. The word culture in itself is a trap because all it is a code word to say a particular mentality that we have been led to believe is an identity or a mentality that we, as people of color, should identify with. Let's think about the fact that they have tore down, bombed, and destroyed every single thing that was progressive for us in this country. But they still allow Black American culture to exist. Ask yourself why. So it is high time for us to actually look at what is Black American culture. What about Black American culture is progressive, is unification, and is bringing us together. It's so they gave us a little bit of inclusion, so we forgot who the fuck we are for me. Since this is something that is very important, especially in this space that we reside in this world. I'll speak the American culture, can't speak for other cultures. In this society, we get a lot of our information second, third, fourth, and fifth hand. This information you're receiving from me, if this is gospel to you, not you specifically, your comment brought this conversation up. So if someone is taking the information that I'm delivering as gospel, you're receiving it from my perspective. And of what I'm saying, what was the context in which I received the information, right? So there's many variables that we need to take into consideration when we're receiving information. Now, as we go on this healing journey, we are on these apps. Very few of us are actually picking up literature, but even literature is secondhand information. That's why I say just go to the source instead of picking up somebody's perspective on the source, whatever the source is for you. But the point that I'm making is healing is very personal. Like you said, it feels different for everyone. And healing, if we think about the state of a wound on our physical being, as that wound heals, it goes from an open abrasion to, smaller, it's closing itself up, right? So that which used to trigger you or those different things, you're healing past those points. I don't know if you watched the video I was talking about the devil has hooks in us, not a hook, hooks in us. And so as we heal like that wound, we're removing we're removing hooks. And as we remove hooks, that wound gets smaller and smaller and smaller, whatever that is, whatever that trauma is, whatever that behavior you're working towards. First of all, you cannot just eliminate a behavior. A behavior is a manifestation of something that is more deeper rooted. But if we're watching all these topical people, all these videos, all these sources of secondhand information who are actively healing themselves but can only tell you what they've done, but they can't tell you how they did it because they're not paying attention to themselves. I'm one of the only people that I know that has spent their life paying attention to themselves since they were 15 years old, when people used to tell me they didn't like me. And I was like, well, why don't people like me? Let me start paying attention to myself. I started studying people, and I started studying myself. And I said, these particular behaviors, these particular behaviors, these particular behaviors, and I started refining myself and becoming a better version of myself for others. Now I'm becoming a better version of myself for myself. A much better motivator. But it started out, I wanted to be a better person for other people. I wanted to be likable. So I started paying attention to methodologies. People aren't paying attention to methodologies, and they're not delivering methodologies. So, if your wound isn't getting smaller and smaller and smaller, and ultimately it closes and heals over, and there might be a scar. There's evidence that it was there. It's okay to be a little evidence, but it doesn't hurt anymore when I talk about it. It doesn't hurt when I bump up against it. It's just there, like, yeah. This scar right here, y'all see it? This scar right here? Apparently when I was learning how to walk, I ran into the end of a table because I fell and bumped my face. It don't hurt no more. I could do all kinds of stuff to it. It's evidence that it was there. It's evidence that the hurt was there, but it healed, so I'm over it. So if you are not over it, you're definitely dealing. And you just transferred it from one area of your life to another area of your life until you dig in and identify the root. Do you have a copy of my book, What's the Best That Can Happen? That is an excellent starter point, because I did not go to a bunch of different sources and get this information. Okay, the truth is, it was during my quest of knowledge, so I was reading a lot of books. But it was like, piece here, 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 piece here. Divinity dropped in and channeled that book. All these different pieces came together, and I healed myself. Healed myself to the point where I'm actively healing myself in front of you guys and telling you how to do it. Go get the book, friend. Get into my DMs. Those of you, book my coaching services. Yes, it's $222. You pay that for a crab boil. Y'all pay that for a steak dinner. Y'all drop that because that's easy money, black girl luxury. But y'all can't pay that to truly learn how to heal yourself. And I ain't one of those hanger-oners. I'm going to keep you trapped underneath me. No, I'm going to teach you how to heal yourself, because at the end of the day, this is legacy. Once you figure yourself out, now you can teach your legacy, and now we can fix our society and heal our community. So it's not for me to keep you trapped up underneath me. But I know my worth. I know I can solve every single one of your problems. Any problem that I have in my life, it's because I'm not the only person involved in the problem. I can solve every single one of my problems. I cannot solve every single one of everybody else's problem, which means I have to then figure out how I'm going to move within that problem, or I'm going to remove myself out of that problem. But every single problem I encounter, every single point of, ooh, fix it, Jesus. No, fix it, Lonnie. So, yeah, if you're still dealing with this, you're just dealing. You're just transferring, just transmuting. Healing is actually dealing with it, eliminating it. And there might be a little scar.